Hello, today I'm going to be talking about feminine mindfulness and well-being. So burnout happens to a lot of us, and it is really the cause of constant periods of stress from emotional, physical and mental exhaustion. So it ends up making us feel overwhelmed, emotionally drained, basically losing any interest in our normal day-to-day life, as well as kind of sapping out all of your energy and making you feel like you've got nothing more to give. So a lot of the time, another way to be able to embrace this way to get rid of burnout is to rest, as well as have a supportive network of friends and family, which I really am thankful that I have. In this time, I have definitely had a low, and I'm sure as a lot of you have. This has been an exhausting time and just such a mentally draining, stressful period that we've all had to live through. We don't realise how amazingly we have done. We have come so far in a global pandemic, and thankfully for some of us, we're able to have a little bit more ease at certain points, but for the majority of the world, unfortunately, this is not going to happen anytime soon. So a lot of the time, the support, the love, the humour I've really had during this time has allowed me to have a mental break, to be able to know that I can be at ease. And it leads me to feminine mindfulness and well-being. And I think there is a real discrepancy between my predominantly female group of friends and my predominantly male group of friends. The female group of friends that I do have this openness, this frankness, where we're able to discuss and talk and be very open with what is going on with us. Even if it means that we feel very vulnerable, we know that there is a trusted group of us that we can discuss and talk. My male group of friends, unfortunately, while they may have actually known each other much longer, ended up being reluctant to open up and discuss. And while all of us, again, have gone through these lows, have really suffered during COVID, it's this uncomfortability to be able to be vulnerable with one another that has shown a real difference between the two groups. And so while now everyone is, able to discuss and talk, but it ended up being far longer to get to that point to be able to discuss with my male friends than with my female friends. And I'm here to advocate and embrace this side of emotion. It's a human trait. It's not a gender trait. We need to be able to embrace this emotionality that we have, this strength that actually comes with emotion. And this allows us to have a group of people that we do trust, that we can be able to be vulnerable with, because it allows us to be the best of who we are. We're able to dive into something that we're unsure if we're able to talk about to ourselves. Fears, anxieties from life, things that make us human. And we need a supportive network around that. So maybe COVID has allowed this element of feminine mindfulness to be able to not be taboo. And I really advocate for a lot of people to approach this. So I get this topic might be something that might bring some uncomfortable talks and feel from. It's definitely the time to discuss it, to be mindful with one another, to know what everyone's going through, because it is a tough time. And each one of us have our different coping mechanisms due to our own upbringing. Some might be open to discuss, others shut down. It is dependent on the person, but we have to be mindful with one another and how we approach this. And that platform of vulnerability and honesty is something that we all should have.